Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for lending me those wonderful ears of yours. Today, I want to talk about the goal setting. Goal setting. I'm going to give you a map for goal setting. I want to talk about goal setting because it's one of those things we just kind of take for granted. And sometimes when we do hear about goal settings or talk about goal setting, we're not very specific. So what I want to do is give you a realistic roadmap of how to set goals and really kind of how to get the right mindset for accomplishing that goal. I got a 6-step process. The first one begins with setting realistic goals. Now, this is important. A realistic goal is one that you consciously and unconsciously believe. Both of those are important. Consciously and unconsciously believe. See, it's easy to fool your consciousness with, like positive affirmations. I'm the best, I can do it, I'm the greatest, I can achieve anything. You can fool your conscious mind, but affirmations, which are only good for momentary motivation, they make you feel good in the moment, but the problem is that it's impossible to fool your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind. What do I mean by that? It's that quiet voice in your head. That even though it hears the affirmations, it basically doesn't coincide with the reality that your subconscious mind has. See, the solution is to begin with a goal that you believe is realistic, that's both acceptable to your consciousness and your unconscious mind, something that your unconscious mind buys into. In other words, be real. If you can do that, then these are the 4 steps to hitting your goal. Step number 1, I want you to think of something you want to accomplish. Again, be realistic. That's the context. Think of something you want to accomplish, something that you've been thinking about. You've been putting off because you've had no time, you didn't feel like you were ready, or whatever the excuse you have. Well, guess what? You're ready. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Decide that today is the day. So this is the big moment here. You got to make a decision. You got to just say, you know what? I'm going to decide to do something. And, I've always loved the saying, never aim for perfection, aim for success. There's never going to be a perfect time. There simply isn't going to be a perfect time. So why wait for a perfect time? So why don't you decide? That's what it begins with. It begins with a simple decision to do it. So make that decision. Think of a goal, then decide to do it. Number 2, finding your whys. That's a plural, whys. First of all, you got to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, is this really something I believe is possible and that I can do? It can be done. I mean, really think about this goal and then find reasons within you to get it done. Like, what are your whys for wanting it done? What are your big reasons why for getting it done? And think about it for a moment, because what drives your goals is understanding the reasons why. And too often we don't think about that. Why do you want to do it? And the more whys you can find for doing it, the stronger your commitment level will be. Step number 3. Okay, you got it. You got the goal. You've got your whys. Now, beyond decision, now it's full-blown commitment. And I want you to ask yourself, is this something you're willing to commit time and effort to? Time, money, or effort, or all the above. Take a moment to think about it again. How much time are you going to dedicate to your goal? How much effort are you willing to give? And if you have to invest money, are you willing to do that? And also think about it when you're going to stay focused on your goal, how do you want to do it? How much time am I going to commit? What days of the week will I work on my goal, especially if you have a day job? What am I willing to do to actually stay in the mental game of accomplishing my goal? And I want you to admit to yourself that you're going to face challenges. Then commit to pushing through those challenges, both physically and mentally. Listen to me, this is important. I want you to admit to yourself. I want you to say to yourself, self, we're going to face some challenges, mentally and physically. I don't know what they are yet, but they're going to be challenges. But again, if your goal has enough why behind it, that's why getting the whys behind it is important. If they have enough whys, you're going to be able to push through that mental or physical pain. Now, the last part here is you got to set some milestone. I remember that there's I guess it's a quote that says, a dream without a timeline remains a dream. In other words, you got to give it a timeline. So I want you to determine a timeline for you to achieve your goal. It's time to make a commitment to finishing it. In other words, how long should it take? And I want you to kind of work it backwards, right? Let's say that you want to do this in 3 months. Then start working backwards. What do I have to complete on month 1? 2, to be able to hit it on month 3. So pick a date on the future, then set some milestones where you can assess your progress. And again, if it's a 3-month goal, then maybe you can set some short-term goals, little milestones to keep you on track. If you do this, you're going to hit your goal. And again, let's go do a quick review here. 1, think of something you want to accomplish. 2, be honest with yourself. Is this something I believe is possible and can be done? 3, is this something I'm willing to commit time, money, and effort towards? And step number 4, determine the timeline. So for example, I know this person who wanted to be a seamstress, right? And she says, I want to learn how to make dresses. And I have the talent, and it's something I'm willing to commit to learning, and so forth and so on. And then she put down some dates. I want to be able to have my first dress made in 2 months. I thought it was aggressive, but she actually wound up doing it. So again, think about something you want to do, right? Why do you want to do it? Are you willing to commit to doing it? And are you willing to push through the pain of doing it? And will you set some timelines, some milestones to actually get this done? If you do that, you will see a difference. I have run my career based on this model. I always ask myself, do I want to really do this? Every time I think of something I want to do, I go, do I want to, for example, write a book? Yes. Okay, great. Am I committed to writing the book? Yes. Why do I want to write the book? I come up with 3 to 5 reasons of why I want to do it. Then I set the timeline. And then I set some milestones. I want to have it done in a year, which means by half year, I have to be here. After the first 3 months, I should be here. 6 months, 9 months, and boom, I hit my goal at 12 months. And again, just doing that makes me commit to actually doing it. And I find the time, I exercise the effort, and wherever I have to invest a little bit of money, I do so. But not everything requires an investment of money. In many cases, to hit your goal, it's going to be more about time and effort and your mental commitment to getting it done. And that is it for the Sales Influence Podcast. Leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. I want to hear your feedback on goal setting and what you think of this 4-step plan. And after you've done that, check out the Sales Velocity Academy. We've added some great new courses. Super excited about what's happening over at the Sales Velocity Academy. Go check out the new courses. You'll be able to download our new brochure. I'm super excited about it. Go check it out. And again, this is Victor Antonio, always reminding you that selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care.
Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.